So, all over social media, including in YouTube comment sections, people are rejoicing at the death of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson. And I'm not going to rejoice at his death, but I can understand the frustrations of those who are. Now, some of my fellow believers will say we are not to rejoice over anyone's death because of what the proverb says. But there is another proverb that implies celebrating at the death of the wicked. And it just is what it is. You have to rightly divide the word. Sometimes there are things like that in the word where it'll say one thing and then the complete opposite, particularly in the Proverbs. Not every issue is black and white. But anyway, I don't really have a high opinion of the Western medical system in general. I don't have a high opinion of biomedicine, and most people don't have a high opinion of medical insurance, and rightfully so. It's so expensive, and the reason why it's expensive, from what I can gather, is rather scammy and scummy. And so, one reason that it is so expensive is due to biomedicine, pharmaceuticals. It's just one big slimy industry, but it's not just these insurance companies. Big pharma is a big problem too. It's actually the whole medical industry that is a problem. It's full of greed and corruption, and it's actually rather tyrannical. And it's set up in a way to where you have to have insurance. Our food and biomedicine, both of them are so poisonous, so they make a lot of people sick, even if it's a slowly developing health problem. They both make people sick. And then if you don't know any better, you lean on their system. You lean on this medical system. And it's just gross. But apparently, Brian, he was engaged in some deceitful practices. I was reading an article from Yahoo News, and they were just talking about how he was sued, as well as some other CEOs and executives. And it says that they were plotting to inflate the company's stock by choosing not to disclose that the Justice Department was investigating the company, UnitedHealthcare, for antitrust practices. And according to the lawsuit, Thompson was allegedly aware of the investigation and sold 31% of his shares 11 days before the Wall Street Journal reported the probe in February, which sunk the company's stock by 5%. So he allegedly netted $15 million from selling his stock. So just stuff like that going on. And really, all I have to say is what the word says, and that is bloodthirsty and deceitful men will not live out half their days. This is a spiritual principle, and you cannot outrun spiritual principles. Okay?